Alrighty, guys, and we are back. Alright, so I should already sound a lot more crisp. I found my Quantum 100 microphone. I've actually been using these headphones, and dude, I don't know if you guys can tell, my eyes are like burning right now. It's crazy. Like, I tried rubbing them, and that was probably a mistake. I tried flushing them, and they still feel like, yeah, like, I don't know. There's something wrong with them. Okay, so yeah, that's part of the reason I use these two is to alleviate the dry eye symptoms of staring at a screen essentially for extended periods of time. I'm planning on doing this and RE today, so yeah, hopefully we have enough time to get to it. All right, well, at least the sound should be vastly improved from yesterday. Okay, and I'm gonna sit back too, so hopefully it looks good too. Shoosh, I might have to look my eyes in the mirror because it feels like there's like a eyelash in my eye. That's what it feels like. Okay, gonna check. Okay, so you should be able to hear me loud and clear now. And I'm gonna also try to look back if I can remember and check this VOD to ensure that everything sounds right. Okay, that looks good. I might want to turn down my mic just a little bit too, because I'm kind of inching up into the yellow range. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Yeah, but the point is you should be hearing me loud and clear now. Okay. And I'm gonna bring back the webcam. Okay. Maybe a little bit bigger so you can actually see me. Not too big though, I'm not vain. That's probably good. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue. Hopefully this episode isn't as long too. Like, I would love to be done in 2 hours. The time is 1 o'clock a.m. Beep, 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 beep. Detective, you made it. Phew, what a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. This is very... Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe. You said it, pal. Must have been a rock-solid security. You might open the safe just to double-check. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is a very dialogue-intensive game with, like, no voice acting, so it's a bit laborious as far as streams go and Let's Plays. A lot of people are playing only up right now, which is admittedly a very nice change of pace from the non-stop Diablo 4 coverage. Ah, we've been had. Mask to mask salutation. Up front, guards, turn on the searchlights. Ha 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 ha. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Ha 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 ha. My men are gone. I'm afraid I must be leaving now. Ho ha ha. As he flies up into the moon, we shall meet again. The next moon is full. Ha 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 ha. Mask to mask salutations. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. October 11, 3:24 p.m. Wright and Company Law Offices. So we're back to the present, thankfully. So that was just a flashback, I guess, the first episode. Hey Nick, get a load of this. Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later, this is important. Ah, what are you freaking out about now? Today will be the last time you talk to me that way. Huh? We're about to hit the big time. Big time? And what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are... Ha, don't be silly. You're talking about me and Early, of course. Pearl's back, as is Maya. Hello, it's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. Pearls, you haven't changed a bit. Wait, What are you doing here anyway? Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? As you might recall from the last game, they were like a big family of mediums, and they were trying to commune with the dead, basically. And Pearl had that ability, as did Mia was able to come back and repossess, possess both of the sisters by coming back in her form in their clothes. Like, it was all very strange. Here, take a look at this. What's this? Some kind of poster. Treasure exhibition, the Sacred Urn Crane Village. I believe we were there for one of the trials in the last game, Justice for All. Crane Village, isn't that? Yeah, just again, a lot of dialogue, zero voice acting. That's right, it's our hometown. Pearly and mine, that is. What's this about treasures from the boonies? Ha ha ha, very funny. You can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight. Tonight? What about tonight? The Treasures of Crane exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes. Woohoo! That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? Same Maya, different day. They all call him Nick. Maya and her sister, Pearl. This younger lady. This young lady here is Maya Fey. Younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. Yeah, that's when Mia died. Back in Ace Attorney. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then, I've been the one who's been keeping this law office afloat from behind the scenes. Was she actually murdered in the law offices? How does that even happen? That's just a cover for her true identity. I don't remember who actually killed her. In reality, she's a spirit medium and a bit of a shady character. Hey, who are you calling shady? Like, I actually do not recall. This little girl is Pearl Faye, but I usually call her Pearl. She's Maya's cousin and a spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. And yeah, I'm not even trying to do alternate voices for them, because I feel like the Faye sisters are... They're like Phoenix, in a way. It's like... It's hard to imagine them as distinctive characters. Like, it's easy to play like the Southerner. Even the Judge is pretty easy because, you know, judges have that kind of persona, but Crane Village is the home of the mysterious Crane channeling techniques. Maya here is the daughter of the Crane School of Channeling's master, so yeah, this is them talking about that ability to speak with the dead ability, the channeling ability. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, alright. Earth to Nick, how long are you gonna make two gorgeous women like us wait? And yeah, guys, I've had this pair of headphones for a while now, as well as the microphone. It just occurred to me yesterday to use it for these streams, so hopefully you guys can actually hear the difference. Yeah, this microphone is actually just more like collecting dust in the closet. And then this pair of headphones I was starting to use because those white Amazon Basics you guys have seen me also use have been literally falling apart. Like, I've used them so much. I mean, they are extremely comfortable headphones, which is why I'm a little bit disappointed that they're falling apart. I'm gonna have to either sew it together or just let it deteriorate. I guess that's the state of all things, right? They must go. Earth to Nick, how long are you going to make two of us wait? Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit. Looks like I don't get a choice here. Might as well head on out. Treasures exhibit poster added to the court record. Treasure exhibit poster. A poster for the Treasures of Crane exhibits. It's going to be all about spirits coming back from the dead. October 11th, 7:18 p.m. Lordly Taylor Main Exhibit Hall. So this can become a literal house of the spirits. Lordly Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. Oh, we've been to hotels before, but I think this is the first time we've been to a store. Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. We've also been to a circus. We've been to a lot of places. All depends on how you display it. Oh, they even have the Dusty painting scroll that was in the Fey Manor store.
Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. On a family heirloom? Heirloom? Say, Nick. The person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse. Alright, I guess we should go and say hello. Yay, our first investigation of Trials and Tribulations. I always preferred the trials, not the investigations. The investigations were always tedious to me and kind of like an important piece of evidence in that murder case that happened in Crane Village. As you might recall, that was actually in the trial. The folding screen is the greatest of all secret secrets. The six-leaf crane, sacred writings folding screen. It's so secret. Why is the most prominent thing in the exhibit? As you might recall, the guy who came in for that trial shot through it trying to shoot one of the characters. I believe it was Maya, and the bullet actually went through the screen and it almost hit a treasure chest behind it. I only very vaguely remember that case because it was all a bit far-fetched to me. Like, he goes in there to get his fortune told, and then he tries to murder somebody. Like, it didn't make sense. Piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed into it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English: 108 Ways to Save Money. Pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it. Always looking for new ways, you know. It sounds like a rough way of life. Again, has nothing to do with the case, so we're just kind of talking. What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around, nothing's on it. Well, it must be the greatest treasure of all. For the greatest treasure. Greatest treasure? Is there something like that? Huh? Why, of course there is. Right, Purdy? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll bet it would really take your breath away. Okay, wow, Maya, wow. He's right, age 26. Why does he look so young? Like, he looks totally different from the way he looked in the other games. Like, what the heck did they do? This might have been before the events of Justice for All. I don't even know, dude. That doesn't make sense, though, because they're talking about the trial that happened in Justice for All, so this must have happened after. So yeah, either Phoenix looks older, or what? I'm a little bit confused as to why he physically looks different. I'm also not sure about his age. Age 26. I don't know how that compares to the previous games. What more can I say? This is my third year as a young but skilled lawyer, since he's early on in his career. Yeah, I'm not sure. EFA deceased, so this is after Mia's murder. Maya's older sister, my eternal life in law, passed away 2 years ago. My assistant, a disciple in the Korean tradition of spirit channeling, Maya's cousin, and channeling project. His amazing supernatural abilities. Treasure exhibit poster. Poster, treasure exhibition, Lord Taylor. The Magatama is back. Present for Maya, it reacts to people with secrets in their hearts. So, as you might recall, in Justice for All, they introduced a mechanic where characters would actually have psych locks based on secrets that they kept. So, the more closely guarded their secret, the more psych locks there would be. And then you'd have to present the Magatama and then kind of do like a mini trial thing where you're like presenting evidence that corresponds to the riddle that's created by the psych lock. And by unlocking all the psych locks, you can have them, you can kind of persuade them in a sense to reveal that information. Some psych locks were relatively complex, with them being like 5 different psych locks. So you'd have to do a fair amount of footwork first before you were able to break the lock, essentially, and progress the investigation. They're just a bunch of old urns. Are these really treasures, too? Of course they are. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it? But yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age. No wonder nobody likes museums. I would say not only, like, it also has to have some sort of cultural significance, right? Like, you're not going to see a 500-year-old piece of trash in any museum, right? It's gonna have to be like either a painting or just take my look. I can't believe it. It's so cute. It's a little diorama of Crane Village. Yeah, look at that. Somehow it seems to reek of dreariness. I'm gonna try to follow up this with the Resident Evil 3 episode. It just gotta get through this episode first. Your house even says Fayman on it. Yikes, you're right. Kinda want to add the Fayman. Don't do it, Mike. They might get mad. Trying to see if I can do the thing. Move. Basement warehouse. Morley Taylor basement warehouse. I'm trying to remember what button it was to go right. Trying to see if I can make this full screen. I know I've done it before. There. Right bumper's court record. You guys can still see it, right? Alright, yeah, good. Let me see if I can move this camera down a little bit too so you can actually get me. There. This is kind of how it always should be. Like, I should be centered in the frame. If ever I'm not, please just let me know in the comments or something. I'll try to fix it if I can catch it during the episode. Otherwise, I'll just keep on playing, like I always do. This is the basement warehouse. Whoa. Yeah, who has a room for a warehouse in their basement? This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out any time. Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you. Oh, Mr. A monster, you were right. There are already a lot of callbacks in this episode to the other games. I'm still not sure. Okay, yeah, that was one of the suspects in the last game. She was in the circus episode, I believe. No, she was someone's manager. That's what it was. I can't remember her name, but she was like the Steel Samurai's manager in the last game. She was in the hotel trial, yeah. And we accused her of murder, I believe. I'm surprised she got out. Good evening. It's good to see you again. You. I know you. I just can't remember your name. Nice to see you again, too, little miss. Hello. Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. That was her name. I'm in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. I'm surprised you got out of jail in such short time. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Although, is this before the events of the last game? If so, then that might not have come to pass. Although she says it's nice to see you again. So again, there are like things in this game that lead me to believe that this is in the future. Nice to meet you. Adrian sure has changed since we last met. Yeah, she's not in jail. So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. Adrian Andrews is another one that I can't really picture like a unique character persona for her because again, she just looks so normal. Like absolutely nothing is out of the ordinary for her. So it's like, what kind of voice do I give her? It's like, all right, so we're gonna have to examine all around. Sometimes we do uncover new evidence. It's a security camera that's trained on the warehouse door. Set up to take a picture of anyone that enters or exits the door. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say. This computer, it looks like it's hooked up to the security camera above. And that means what? Camera set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in and out of the storeroom. Then the data from the camera gets uploaded to this computer here. That's what. I see. That's some pretty high-tech stuff. I kind of hate how these games, again, they give you a lot of information and it's like a lot of it isn't really relevant. Like this. It looks like a big part of a signboard. All I can read is the burr. Aha, I've got it. Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger. Why would anyone write hamburger that big? Maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something. I kinda doubt it. Aha, I've got it. Maybe it said spaghetti. That doesn't make sense. Are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti. Obviously. Maybe it was a typo. It might have said spaghetti festival. What do you think? What? okay to me. Besides, spaghetti's the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. Again, completely pointless, random, has nothing to do with the case at all. What's that big door? It looks like it's the door to the storeroom. I can see lots of boxes and stuff. Really, let's go in. I want to take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in there. Did you hear that, Nick? We're unauthorized personnel. Why are you telling me that? Look, a ladder, not a step ladder. So what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on your almighty cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere? You probably have. I just can't remember it because, again, I try to not remember things that are meaningless and pointless. I try to only hold on to things that are going to have some value or meaning in the future, and yet, still sometimes my brain likes to hold on to things that it shouldn't. Like people I met in the past that I'll probably never see again. I can't seem to forget them. It's very strange. I wanted to do something nice for you and your friends, Mr. Wright. So that's why you arranged this exhibit. I knew that Crane Village was the hometown of your assistant, Maya. I thought it would be great to let the rest of the world know about it too. That's not exactly thanking me per se, is it? He put on the samurai costume. Yeah, if you didn't see it, go back and check out my Justice for All playthrough. It should be here on the channel. Yeah, that was very bizarre. She put on the costume. She was trying to frame the samurai. Like it was very bizarre. More bizarre, I would say, than Phoenix eating the necklace. As strange as that was. Maybe, but who'd want to see an exhibit on the treasures of Phoenix Wright? I guess I can't argue with that one. Probably a lot of people, since you've been through so many adventures and trials, Adrian Andrews. It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Why are you freaking out on me? What? I just thought I'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up, that's all. Mystic Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily. Please, Maya, don't say anything for that'll need needle pearls further. That's a weird expression. Okay. Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago. You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case? Yeah, that's what it was. And I'm surprised that Maya doesn't remember. Because I believe that was also the case that Maya was kidnapped. I don't know if you guys remember that, but yeah, Maya was full on kidnapped by the uh was that the same case? Shoot, I might be getting it switched around too. No, that was the case. That was the exact same case that Maya was kidnapped in. She was like held for ransom by the actual killer. That's what it was, dude. She was kidnapped by the assassin. Dude, such a crazy trial, dude. Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick? No, I remember you were kidnapped. After that, I quit being a manager and started this job. Wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews. It wasn't for us. I believe we accused her of having something to do with it, but I guess she wasn't the one found guilty. It was the killer that was. That's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews. If it wasn't for us. No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. She's like Dahlia in the sense that she was with one dude and then she was with the other dude. She just kind of hops around, which I guess is normal in the dating world. So maybe I shouldn't be so judgy, but yeah, they're not like me. One boyfriend or one girlfriend Andes or singles of Pringles. Oh. So much like dialogue, dude. I'm really grateful. I really am grateful. That's a relief. Again, why did you put on that costume and try to frame Steel Samurai? I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring. Well, Lord Lee Taylor is celebrating their 200th anniversary this year. Works on display in the main exhibition hall where they're the finest museums. Woohoo, did you hear that, Pearly? The finest museums. Yes, I did. That's really wonderful. So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh? Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures here. The security guards are all very highly trained as well. That sounds good. So, what's with the face she's making? Let's move back to the exhibition hall. I can't be more help. I really don't have anything to say about that. Yeah, present from Maya, it reacts to people who have secrets in their hearts. In the previous game, whenever you presented this, I don't think they would comment on it. I think it would just tell you if they had a secret or not. But I assume she doesn't, based on this. Right. Whoops. My eyes are slowly feeling better. Thank goodness I flushed them with water. Hoping that helps. Will I play only up? I don't know. It is only $10. And it does seem to be more my style of game. And um, I do like games like that are like just very creative. And one thing I like about Only Up is it's got a lot of creative elements in it. Like the environments are very well designed and ideas that are represented as you're climbing up are just again, I think that alone makes the game worth checking out if you haven't already. But I don't know if I'll be playing it. I definitely like that style of game more than like Diablo 4, I was gonna say. Diablo 4 is a little bit too repetitive for my tastes. That game, however, I could see myself getting the only up game because again, it's only $10, but maybe, maybe not. I might just watch other people play it because I don't know. I'm kind of trying to hold out until the summer sale. I owe a great deal of thanks to that badge. It's the only reason that I'm still here today. Come on now, that's not true. I think what Nick means to say is it wasn't thanks to me. It wasn't thanks to the badge. It was thanks to me. Tell the truth, Nick. I know that's what you're thinking. No way, Maya. What do I do? Oh, you can slide. Okay. So why don't we slide? Didn't see that. It says origami. No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters. I guess no one else can read it either because this place is a mess. There's no I, so how could it say origami? It doesn't even say origami because that's an N. Ah, you must feel right at home, huh? This is, I think, what we're supposed to see. Mystic Maya. Take a look next door. That's Mystic Amy, right? Yes, that's a statue of the woman who invented the crane channeling technique, Amy Faye. So that's like the matron, whatever you call it, the founding uh ancestor of the village and family, the matriarch, I believe you call them. The statue's on loan from one of the training halls of the Faye branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning. Amy Faye's golden statue added to the core record. Holding a shishito. What's that creepy looking thing she's holding? Don't ask me. How should I know? Well, you are the future master, right? Maybe so, but this is the first time I've seen this statue. That thing is the crane Shishito. Shi, shi, I'm trying not to say a bad word. G, E, it does sound like a bad word, right? Shishito. 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 Yeah, I'll just stop saying it. It's the ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. Ooh, I wanted to cut something. What do you eyeing me for? Look, it's already 8 o'clock. Haven't you all eaten yet? Well, actually, I've already made a reservation at a restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together? Oh, I like the sound of that. Dine. Sounds so fancy. All the kids' lunch. Early, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with kids' dinner? Alright, in that case, kids' dinner for me. Haha, shall we head upstairs then? We should look around for something else. After that pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait until the exhibition to open. Wonderful seeing those actors look so happy. Like, I imagine if I were to do a Let's Play of Doki Doki Literature Club, it would probably be like that. It's like gratuitous amounts of dialogue. None of us could have imagined that the very next day something terrible would happen. I have a stuffy nose for some reason, it's annoying. October 12th, 10:09. Wright and Company Law offices. Nick, it's terrible. What's up? You're cleaning the toilet again? I never knew you were such a toilet freak. Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. I'm going to turn on the TV. We got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced that they believe it was the work of the renowned phantom Mask the Mask. Mask the Mask? According to spokesperson, Lordly Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist at the Phantom Fleet, who only targets rare treasures. Lordly Taylor. That's the name of the store, I believe. I'm like, what are you going to do? Hey, I'm trying to breathe. Don't you dare go back to discover the treasure. Lordly Taylor. You don't think. Yes, now get up, Nick. It was stolen by Mask to Mask. The most valuable treasure. The Korean sacred urn was stolen. What? Fresh my memory level. What is this sacred urn? It's only the most important treasure in Crane Village, that's all. It was also featured in the previous game in the Crane Village episode. Like, it's right there on this poster. It got broken in that episode. Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. That of Amy Faye, yeah. The founder of the Crane channeling technique. It was broken by... I can't remember. The boy... It wasn't broken by Pearl, right? I don't think it was. Right, Pearly? Ah, yes, that's right. Or maybe it was Pearl playing with a ball. I can't remember. Hold up. I thought that urn had the name Amy written on it. Now it says I am. Any idea how that happened? Yeah, it depends on how it was put together. Well, teehee, there are some things best unsolved, wouldn't you say, Nick? Did she work back together? I think so. I think she tried. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Crane Village, my hometown. The sacred urn, it turned out to be an important clue in that case. The sacred urn added the correct record. One of the treasures of Crane Village. Supposedly priceless. It looks like a plain old pot. It broke. The toilet is shinier than the judge's head, so let's see what's next. What's wrong with you? What do you mean? What do you mean, what I mean? Your beloved Mystic Maya's treasure has been stolen. Doesn't that even bother you? But I thought the urn was the village's treasure, so I don't see how. The village is Mystic Maya. She's the future master of the Crane School of Channeling. You know what I'm talking about? I won't let you say you don't. Okay, I do. So what am I supposed to do about it? It isn't obvious. Go and find the bad guy who did this. Yeah, get the sacred urn back. Well, I'm not a detective, I'm a lawyer. That has nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, you would find it for your beloved Mystic Maya. And oh man, there's no winning against Pearl's fairy tale image of love. I got a stuffy nose and I'm trying to do these lines. And yeah. It's a struggle. What's the name of this bad guy again? Mask to Mask, taking no puppet. It was terrible. I was arrested and everything. Yeah, I know. You were the one performing the ritual. They thought you were the murderer. Murder in Crane Village. And I was killed during one of my spirit channelings, yep. This wound up being a key piece of evidence that proved her innocence. I cannot remember the case at all. Mr. Nick, would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn. Oh, yeah, so it was fun. That's right. Now I remember the urn used to say Amy on it. Yeah, there's the ball. So Pearl's accidentally broke it into a million pieces. Ah, it just feels like mucus. You tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well. Sorry, I'm not so good at arts and crafts, spelling either. This is how her gluing project turned out. She put the pieces together wrong, and now instead of Amy, it says I am. I can't believe, sorry, I can't believe it myself. You know, even I didn't know the statue existed until a while ago. Didn't Adrian say it's from the Fey Branch family's training hall or something? Yes, there are actually a lot of training halls scattered all over the country, hidden away deep in desolate mountains. Why does it always have to be desolate mountains? Is this really all that valuable? It kind of looks like more junky if you ask me. But it's got the soul of Mystic Amy, the founder of our channeling technique. Also, I'm pretty sure she's your grandmother or something. How much do you think you could get for it? Sell the sacred urn? You know, I never thought about that. Hey, Pearly, make a note of that. Ways to save money, tip 109. Sell treasures whenever possible. Whenever possible, check. Somehow I think Maya's going to be searching for a buyer for a long time. I'm just gonna skip this because, you know, it's not relevant to the trial at all. Gatewater Hotel was in the first game. I'm pretty sure those weird books have always been there. And they've never served a purpose in the game. Not even now. So I'm trying to skip it. Like, again, it has nothing to do with the case at all. Lordly Tabler. Let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy. Yahoo! It doesn't look like anything's been disturbed. It's pretty much like the same as it did last night. Bad guy, huh? Bad guy. Hey, you can't poke around your pal. Obviously, Detective Gumshoe. Wait a minute, that voice. Oh no, not him again. Yeah, I can't remember what became of him from the last game. I think he was he was working for the branch for a while. Yeah, I don't know if he still was. I don't know. It's you, and I'm the one who should be saying not again. Yeah, he was working with Phoenix in the last game because he got let go or something. I do it every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal. I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? And aren't you still working for me? No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here? Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here? Why would Detective Gumshoe even ask that? He knows Phoenix is a lawyer. Although, admittedly, Phoenix doesn't yet have a client, so I mean, it does make less sense for him to be here. Alright, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already? Hello, it's been a long time, Mr. Detective. Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe, Detective Dick Gumshoe. At your service. That's a great chance for you to try to remember it right. If it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. He's like, please don't call me Dick. Come Surge, Detectives. Lieutenant Surge. Good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick. Oh yeah, good to see you again too, I guess. Thank you for giving me fake nicknames. Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us what happened? Oh, you tried to remember my name. Atta girl. It's Gumshoe, okay? Like I got gum on my shoe. The thief stole something called the urn. Sacred urn. I know about that. Oh, well, the criminal's name is Master Mask. I know about that too. Detective, can't you tell us something other than that? Well, hit him with a thunderbolt, right, you? I guess sort of owe you guys, in a way. The crime occurred last night around 1:30 in the morning. How exactly do you know that? You got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, Kyle. He said the arm was just stolen. The scene of the crime? You mean here, right? God. That arm was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse. Basement warehouse? What was it doing here? Was it donated to a museum after that trial? So who is guarding the basement warehouse? That guy. It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal. He solves one case and gets a 12 head thinking that he's an ace detective. Ace detective? Alright, mask to mask. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about this mask to mask. Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? Mask to mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread. Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. But underneath those disguises is the true master mask. So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh? He only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night was his 5th ice. Lordly Taylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time. What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the sacred urn. Of course I did. Guy always sends his calling card before he steals something. Calling card, huh? Why do you call him an ace detective anyway? That's what he calls himself now. I didn't make it up. So what's he like? Well, like I told you, Mask to Mask has made 5 highs so far. On the 4th ice, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back. Wow, that is impressive. All by himself? Yeah, gotta admit, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time I feed son some one of his college cards, we set our men on a stakeout. None of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy. But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasures from the thief. Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues. But why aren't you apprehending him then? He's down in the basement warehouse. What's his calling card? Here it is. Just don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal? What's this mark on the front? That's Mask to Mask signature emblem, pal. You can say it's his mark. All the scout cards have got it on them. They didn't mention that on the newsflash. We're holding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if the calling cards do or not is by this emblem. Mask's calling card symbol for the heist emblem is top secrets. That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday. Thanks, I guess. Yeah, I don't need a copycat. All the other items that were stolen by Mask to Mask were ones I've never heard of. They're all world-famous treasures. The Tear of Manon or the Crown of Mongolia. The Sacred Urn of Ukraine is famous too, right, Curly? Of course, everyone in Ukraine knows about it. Sounds like we've got an unpredictable thief on our hands. Can you tell me anything about the statue? No. I'm not even bother reading all that. It's enough reading as it is. Okay, let's move. No matter how many times we come here, this place gives me the chills. That's probably because it's air conditioned to protect our buildings. Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos. What the heck does that mean? Is him? I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please make yourself at home. Who are you anyway?
Silence. Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What do you see?
Right. The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. I, a lawyer, and a spirit medium, neither very advanced at their trade. Oh, wait, sorry, that's what he's saying. Neither very advanced at their trade. He's the ace detective. Am I wrong?
Yes, you're very wrong. I've won at least a dozen trials by this point.
Yikes, that's scary. How'd you know that? How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that how is nothing but a question of why. I am a traveler of both time and space, and a swimmer of dreams.
What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it.
What do we do? Let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman, and introduce myself. The name's Atne. Oops, Atne.
Not Adme. Not Padme.
Adne. Ace Detective.
Oh, hi. Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of. The name's Wright. Being's Wright, Ace Attorney. I'm my Ace Spirit meaning. And I'm, Pearl Fay. I'm Mr. Kaya's cousin, and, Spirit medium Ace Apprentice.
Excellent. Well then, shall we begin our little game?
What is he talking about? Why does the phrase one short of a baker's dozen come to mind, this guy? And why does he have a magnifying glass used as a monocle? Am I the only one who thinks that's weird? Not only that, but he's also wearing like one of those old-fashioned bow ties, and he's got a flock of seagulls haircut and magician gloves, it looks like. I don't know. And that ring is a statement all of itself, all of its own. He's quite the character already. So are you really as fancy as you say?
Of course. For a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in the city that had not heard of me. Look at me. I am Master Mask's arch-enemy, the ace detective Luke Atman. At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light.
Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying there?
I've been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning his criminal's patterns, I forwarded his very loathsome Martin.
I have returned the target of this tyranny, the portrait of Magina, to the crime scene.
And I did it all by myself. Big Gumshoe did not help at all.
I took it back from the mask.
With my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles, and my brilliant detective skills.
Yeah, they mentioned it on the news in the Great People Around Town segment. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward.
And I wear it on my ring to this day.
Compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much. So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. Ask the mask. What do you know about him? Tell us what you know about your arch-enemy.
Like about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds. Last night, here in the bowels of this store, we were locked in our most glorious battle.
I see. Huh? Hang on a second. You were here last night, here, in Lordly Taylor?
Naturally, wherever Damask goes, you'll find Atne laying his elegant traps.
Elegant traps, more like the mask out. Elegance to be made a beautiful getaway.
But this time, I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory.
I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. Yeah, go for it. The night of the crime, can you tell us exactly what happened last night?
And of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces.
Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio.
I first received a request for my services 20 days ago.
It was 10 days ago that we received Master Mask's calling card. You were hired before the calling card even arrived?
Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough.
That's Adrian for you.
Mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized.
The calling card arrived, right? Yeah, so ace detective that I am.
I set a trap for the thief in the very warehouse and waited for him, alone. No Adrian Andrews, no Detective Gumshoe, nobody.
Well, but why? Why didn't you go to the police for help?
ridiculous. Why would I seek help from such a singularly useless group of niggers?
You got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let the mask get away.
I always operated alone and concealed. I've decided others. I prefer to go unseen.
Unsealed.
Precisely. Even the guards on duty here are unaware of my presence.
Even Detective Gumshoe here.
Fool your enemies first. You must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb.
Anyway, back to what happened last night.
As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for it to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared.
But that's not possible. How could it just disappear?
How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, sir. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here.
For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself.
Certainly there's evidence.
So you're saying that even though one came through, those doors last night, our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose. That's just not possible. There's new stuff. Please refrain from such crude behavior.
What do you mean? The criminal's an artist. The crime scene is the canvas upon which he paints. I, ace detective Atman, have an eye which is educated enough to read signs.
Could you translate that? I think you pretty much said don't touch anything, amateurs.
If there's something you wish to know, you have to ask Atman. I know everything there is to know about my rival, the mask.
What do I do now? Does he have any top secret information? Stuff that only real crime buffs would know. Think about what to ask while listening to what Mr. Detective has to say. Alright, hold on. I have to ask him first. All this stuff changed. Ask the maths, calling cards, got his emblem for an audit, right?
Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top secret piece of information.
Well, you've got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here.
Yes, indeed. I think I can learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals.
I don't know if I really want this guy to like this.
Well, sir lawyer, I've been told that you two are pursuing the mysterious thief.
I'm not sure I would say that exact. That's right. We're going to find the secret urn no matter what we have to do.
Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate Azel.
See, this character, it's like a little bit hard to do his voice because when he's giving you that like fiendish grin, it's easier for me to give you that persona. But when he's doing this, I kind of feel like taking a snickety tone. Yes, very high and noble. Yes, because he's got his nose in the air. But, you know, I try to be consistent with the voice.
If perchance you should discover something of value, return them to my office. The Office of Earthly Delights, the Army Detective Agency.
See, like, this voice matches that face. It doesn't match the other face, so. Office of Earthly Delights? Alright, calm down, Maya, calm down.
Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do. I'll be delighting myself in my office.
Wait a minute. He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on, Nick, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind. I'm gonna go to his office too. Take me with you, okay? Pearl, you're too young for that. Alright? Here's a box. The pathetic looking wooden box. That's the box that had the sacred urn in it. Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on there. There's paint on the outside. Worked so hard to make that box. You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean? That urn has always been honest and in the winding way of a manner. So there was no suitable place for it, Nick. I was proud of it. Sniff, sniff. Poor Maya. Yippee-ki-yay. Here's this. Don't make me say it. This is awesome. What did Miss Andrews call it again? Shit. Seriously, I'm not trying to say a bad word. That's what it says. It's literally 7-branch sword in Japanese, or so says Miss Andrews. But it's got 8 branches. not counting the points. Oh, it's pretty heavy. I mean, unless you count that hand thing. One hit 7 times the font. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it sell like hotcakes. There's something about it that bothers me. Wow, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pearly. Wow. This sword. Wasn't Mr. Gamey holding it last night? Yeah. And another thing, the sword wasn't bent like it is now. You're right. Awesome, Pearly. I wouldn't expect any less from a little ace apprentice. The sword's bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow. I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Atme smashed Master Mask with it. Like this. Youch. What the heck? What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before. Oh man, my head, my hair. She added to the core record. Ceremonial sword. The big door covering. Looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can't see lots of big boxes and stuff there. I guess that's where they're keeping the secret urn. Said we're not allowed, but she ain't here, dude. She's not even here. Hey, look what you did. You spilled paint over here? That wasn't me, Pearl. That was... I didn't do that. Well, it wasn't here last night. I would have noticed the color this outrageous. Yeah, because it wasn't there last night. This paint is already dried up. Well then, you should have cleaned it up before it dried. Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. Looks like it's been several days since it was split. Hey, look at this. There's some kind of shape left on the bottom side of the stain. It's a square shape. Right. I wonder what it could be. I think it's this. You put it in the office. Hey, it's Wright & Co. How about a gold statue of me? Nick, I'm sorry, but I know something strange. What is it, folks? The statue of Mr. Gamey was this where it was last night? No, it was over there. Uh-huh. Closer to the door. I think you're right. Great job, Pearl. I wouldn't expect anything less from my cousin. So the statue was moved on the night of the crime. Any phase gold statue updated correctly. Statue found or moved the night of the crime. Dude, there's so much dialogue I can hear. Okay, camera data. The warehouse camera went off once at around 1 a.m. the night of the crime. I think we're done here. If you want to see what that said, please go back, pause the video, and read the frames. I'm trying to learn a song by Eric Sadie right now in General PD, and that's basically what I have to do. Every single time he plays the chords, I have to do it because he does it so quickly and accurately, it kind of blows my mind. Like, I'm like fumbling all the time. I told him as much in a comment. Hopefully he's able to help me with accurately finding the keys. Especially when you're playing the song, that is very difficult to do. Yeah, I even asked him, like, how do you do it so accurately? That's also an issue with another song I'm learning right now called Prelude in C, where there are so many different chords in it and so many different progressions that I just keep drilling, like, over and over again, like, just keep drilling the different chords. And there's a specific movement you have to do when you're playing the chord. It's not just like a flat chord. It's played out like a broken chord almost. So accuracy becomes even more important. Because if I don't play it carefully, it can sound totally wrong. But there's a lot going on with this song, Prelude in C by Bach. Like, there's dynamics, there's, of course, different keys, different notes. as I said, different progressions. Like it's a very involved song. I would argue it's harder than Jingle PD. Like they're both hard, which is probably why it's taking me so long to learn them because I'm just. Spinning song was also challenging. I still practice it from time to time, even though I've already recorded my demo of that. You can find it on my TikTok, Stormer Show. For those of you with the curiosity to find it, it has not yet been uploaded, but it's in the draft bin. So yeah, it'll eventually make its way out. Maybe by the time I'm ready to record my Prelude in C or Gymno PD plays. I feel like I'm far away from both of them though. Yeah, I think it's going to be at least 2 weeks of practice before I'm ready to showcase either one of them, at least. I think I'm closer to Gymno PD now that I mention it. Because I'm like finding shortcuts that I can apply to Gymno PD. I haven't gotten proficient at executing those shortcuts yet, but once I do, I think it's going to fall into place rather quickly, so maybe closer to a week for Gymno PD. But yeah, I assume it's going to be at least 2 weeks before I'm ready to showcase Prelude in C. Sorry for the loud background noise, guys. I'm going to go and check. Testing. Let me turn this down a smidge. There. Check. Testing. Alright, hopefully it's not too loud. Oh, hello, Phoenix right here. Oh ho ho! Meet Gumshoe. Gumshoe, what is it? What's so funny? I'll tell you what's funny. I finally beat him. I finally beat Ace Detective. Finally, this underdog's an alpha dog today. The stuck-up detective's met his match. I'm gonna hit him with a thunderbolt, right, too? Lock, stock, and barrel. There's no escape for him. Caught him? Or are you saying you caught Damask? Bingo! Well, actually, he surrendered, but I still got him. As Damask surrendered? That's great. So when can we come and pick up the secret urn? Well, you see, I was gonna tell you. He broke out or something? You think you could swing by the detention center sometime? The detention center? He wants to talk to you, mask to mask, that is. What? He wants to talk to Nick? I'll be waiting for you, pal, so get over here soon. Beep. Detention center, huh? Trying to find a balance both between this and TikTok. There, test. Because it's like there's two different forces, right? There's the force of my voice, which hopefully you can hear better and more crisply than ever before thanks to this headset. But there's also a force of the sound, the background sound and noise. And I try to create a balance because if the background noise is too loud, it can drown me out. Conversely though, if the volume is too low of the background noise and sound, all you'll hear is my voice. That's all you'll hear. And that's not what I'm aiming for. I'm looking for a viewer experience where you can see and experience the gameplay as well as my commentary. Like, I want you to be able to experience both. So yeah. Okay, so this investigation's already going on. And I would like to play Resident Evil after though. Not made detective agency. This is a detective agency. Looks more like the set of some B-grade horror movie. Hello? Something about earthly delights. Oh yeah, I don't know. Is anyone here? Looks like nobody's home. What a waste of time. Hey, I know. Let's take a framed picture back with us as a memento. What are you advocating? Don't you dare mind. This will have to try back later. Maya, stealing is wrong. You should not take things that don't belong to you. It's a huge hearth. That's a fireplace. So what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Sorry. Hey, Nick, what's this over here? It's called a gramophone, I believe. In the old days, people used them to listen to music. You can't be serious. I think it's probably for purifying the air or something. I bet you 50 cents. Come on, what do you say? Forget it. You never pay up when you lose. Yeah, I believe this plays records. That's what that little needle's for. You put it on the record and then you press play or whatever. And I believe gramophones also used records, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the record player is the descendant of the gramophone. What a creepy painting. It's like he's looking right at me. Maybe we should put up a big portrait in the office. I can't even paint it for you. Maybe you can pose while cleaning the toilet. I think I prefer something a bit more dignified. Making our way around, bookshelf filled with books. My life as an ace detective unabridged by Luke Gatman, ace detective. Hey, he's even got one of those ships in a bottle. Would you look at that? There's a little Luke Gatman doll at the helm. How cute. There's a microscope here too. I wonder if he was searching for something. Both sides have different names on them. That my virus, excuse me. This guy's just dying to make a name for himself, huh? Getting kind of irritating, actually. It's like all the dialogue. It is basically like reading a book chapter. Like there's so much stinking reading. The desk is literally covered with all sorts of chemistry equipment. Oh, I just love chemistry. Say, Nick, I bet you didn't know this, but water is made up of carbon and hydrogen. Hydrogen and oxygen, Maya. Woohoo! Uh, Alternative theories. Alternate theories, you mean the ones you make up inside your head. Again, how is that relevant to the case? I don't know. How is that even relevant? Completely random. Absolutely meaningless, and quite frankly, a waste of my voice. Like it is physically tiresome for me to keep having to say all these lines and read all these lines in place of the voice actors that they should have paid. Like, please just pay voice actors to do the voice acting again. You'd make life a lot easier for people like me. Is there really nothing else to find here? I guess not. I'm gonna go ahead and run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Maybe while I'm gone, you guys can look up gramophones and the history of gramophones. Be right back. Alrighty, guys. I am back. Alright, test. Test. Alright, you should be able to hear me at least. I think I'll have to get a refill after I end today's episode. We've already been going for an hour and 13 minutes. I had to play hero for a moth. Send him back outside. I think moth season is about over though, so hopefully that's one of the last ones that I have to do that for. Sheesh, dude. I'm telling you, these investigations are even less fun to do than the trials because at least with the trials you have like a fair amount of action and drama. It is still a lot of voice work, but I feel like the investigations are a little bit more tedious. Like, yeah, like they just keep throwing random facts out there, random observations and things, and it's like less fun, basically. Like just random facts. Okay, all right, Wright Company. Okay, detention center. Visitor's room. Hey, pal, welcome to the detention center. You're sure in a happy mood. Dude, I was trying to sing that song Peaches today from Jack Black. Peaches, 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 peaches. But like, what I found is that it's so hard to say the word peaches that fast and in succession accurately. It's like a tongue twister almost. It's like peaches, 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 peaches. Like if you listen carefully, you can hear me say instead of peaches for like the fourth or fifth peaches. Because peaches is a hard word to say. And so when you're saying it that fast, peaches, 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 you tend to abbreviate one of them. You have to fit so many peaches in like a short amount of time. You're sure in that mood, aren't you? Like as long as you finish the last peaches, it sounds fine, but where's the sacred urn? Sorry about that, pal. Guess I didn't really think about it before. But you're a victim. In this case, huh? I guess I should let you guys hear the story straight from the horse's mouth. Nasty. He's right, Nick. He is, if you think about it, real hard. We are the victims. That doesn't make sense. So used to thinking of the victim as a dead person because we're always on the murder cases. Excuse me? Anyway, we have to get the sacred urn back. We just keep talking for hours. Don't just ignore me. Who are you? I'm from mask to mask, okay? Really? Doesn't it look kind of gangly? I'm sure what you mean. I'm Ron Delight, the famous mask to mask. I don't think this guy could punch his way out of a wet paper bag. Are you really him? Mask, you're masked guy. Yes, you bet. No, that's wrong. You see, it's complicated. Sort of yes, and sort of no. If you know what I mean. That's wrong. Well, when I say wrong, what I really mean to say is that it's not right, per se. You see, it's not spelled mask to mask. It's actually mask to mask. What's with this guy? Well, he's a timid little weakling. We know that much. Don't do that. Don't look at me like that. I don't need your pity. And a major crybaby too. So why'd you give yourself up? Well, you see, it's because, well, and why? It's because you stole such a priceless treasure. And now you're overwhelmed with guilt. Am I right? Priceless treasure, that broken old urn? I have a little favor to ask. Yes, what is it? Could you go and talk to Desi? Who? Desi? We'll see, dude. I've already talked to everybody else. We want our urn back, so where is it? I'm sorry, I'll give it back. I really will. Maybe not. No, I can't. I can't make promises I can't keep. I'll just end up hurting people. Mr. Nick, I couldn't hear what he just said, especially the last part. Mr. Damask, do you think you could speak up a little? Yes, sir. I will. I promise. Maybe not. You see, I'm already speaking in my normal voice, so I really can't do anything. Mr. Damask, about the urn? Oh yes, the urn. By the way, actually no. Wouldn't mind telling you, but I'm actually afraid you wouldn't believe me anyway. Enough already, just tell it to us straight. We've already been through 5 hours of conversation and talking to people. Please just give us the information. Don't ask us to talk to anyone else. We've just been talking this whole time. Yell at me. I'm sorry. I ran out of breath. That urn, I lost it. Ah. Lost it. How could you? Sorry, I meant to hit. Sorry. Wrong button. You could just see like how dialogue heavy this game is. Like, good gosh. What did you say? Did you say you lost it? Yes. No. Maybe so. Yes, I lost it. What do you mean? Well, no. I lost it, like I said. If these things just happen. You're on the train and you get distracted and you forget your bag, you know. What? You forgot our sacred urn on a train? Wait a minute, you went on a train dressed like that? No, I was just speaking hypothetically, that's all. Anyway, I'm sorry, I just lost it somewhere. I don't know where. This guy's story is more surreal than a dolly pain. I'm really sure this creep is mask to mask. I don't call him a creep. Although I do have to admit, I understand your doubts about this guy. Why is he dressed like that? Who is this Desi person? Please don't talk about my wife like that. I guess she must be his wife. I'm sorry, the truth is, it was my wife that told me to have you all come here. Do you think you could go and visit her at my hideout? Hideout? Sir Nick, what does he mean by hideout? Oh, sorry. Naturally, I mean to say my secret base. Secret base? My apartment, actually. Palazzo Pelpi, 3rd floor. Let's go have a look. Nick, to Mask's hideout. Something tells me she just likes the sound of the word hideout. I'm just glad we don't have to keep talking to this guy. Sorry, I'm just giving my voice a break. It's like a saga, dude. Like I'm just trying to get through it, dude. October 12th, Mask to Mask's hideout. Now. Wow, check this out. No doubt about it. This is the hideout. Is that you, Ronnie? Oh, dang, she's hot. Who are you people? I think of a good voice for her. Are you Desi Delight? That's right, I'm Desiree. You must be the lawyer and the victim. Yeah, that's us. Your husband told us to stop by and speak with you. Sorry, I don't have a voice for you. You are pretty hot. I'm Maya Faye, and this is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nikki Boy and Maya, huh? I can't tell you how grateful I am that you decided to help my Ronnie. You're welcome. They surely call me Nikki Boy. Alright, let's... I'll try to proceed through the text slow enough so you guys can read it if you're really curious. But yeah. Like, there's just a bunch of stuff, and none of it is relevant to the trial. So why do we need to know, really? About your husband. Isn't he the cutest? A bit weak sometimes. A bit. By the way, did you know they mentioned Maya on TV? Really? They said you own the urn, that you're doing some shady training at the law office. Remind me not to watch that child's news program. Yeah, I'm really just tired of reading. After I saw that, I thought it might be a good idea to meet the lawyer they mentioned. Let's see, my Ronnie. He has a powerful imagination, gets to move easily. Kept insisting he's going to surrender to the police. I didn't know what to do. It was me. I stole that urn, he kept saying, as if it were even possible. You're saying you didn't? Of course you didn't. Why would my Ronnie ever do something like that? It's a priceless treasure, and he's, you know... Why was it stolen from this museum? It doesn't even make sense to say that Maya was the victim, because it wasn't her urn. It belonged to the museum at the time. His own wife doesn't know his secret identity. I'm not even sure it's the same person. I'm the kind of woman that needs excitement in her life. I could tell you've got wheel earrings. Excitement, huh? With that being this, no, I'm racing along with my bike going up the throttle. Riding motorcycles like putting your life on the line, you know what I mean? You also got goggles on your head. And I think that depends on how you ride it. I'm the type that can't stand living a boring, dreary life with no action. No offense, but your husband, Ron, doesn't exactly look like the risk-taking type himself. Right about that, he definitely is not one for thrills and danger. But I do have to say that he makes up for it in other ways. Other ways? Yes, money. Ronnie's incredibly rich and super generous. Okay, now we get the picture. He bought me a bike that's so fast it'll make your head spin. We call them gold diggers here in the States. Shopping, I like to shop so much it makes Ron's head spin. The other day it actually happened, his head actually started to spin. Where does Mr. Delight get all his money from? He's a security guard, they put lives on the line. They get paid tons of money in return, tons of it. He's a security guard, I think it's my turn for a head to spin. Night crime. Can you tell us about what happened? What time did the incident take place? According to the detective, it was around 1:03 in the morning. Last night was horrible, I got pulled over. Pulled over? Yes, I always do my best flying at night. Flying? You're talking about your motorcycle, right? Yes, anyway, last night I got pulled over by a policeman. I can't believe he caught up to me. Let me tell you. When he finally caught me, the poor man was as white as a sheet. It was about 3 in the morning when I finally got home. Sounds like she's got an airtight alibi. What about Mr. Delight's? Like in a normal scenario, all these people would be talking for themselves, right? It wouldn't be one person reading all the lines. I'm sure there are some people like LeBlanc. What were their names? Tom Kenny, Mel Blanc. Like those kinds of guys that like do voice acting for a living could probably manage this crap, but like I can't. Like, I physically do not have the stamina to make all these voices and to string them together like that. Even back in the days, like Looney Tunes episodes were like what? Half an hour long, if that? 15 minutes? This has been going on for an hour and a half now, and it's still not done. I get fed up. Have you seen this vase? I don't know what else you would even know about, honestly. Maybe there was something else we could talk to her about. He is not back. Interesting. It's like there was just too much dialogue. Especially for them to have zero voice acting. Like, for all you at home, I would not recommend streaming this game. Just for that reason alone. Like, it is seriously not fun to do all the voice work. If you're someone who can talk a lot and not get tired, this might be a game for you, but otherwise I would say steer clear. There's just too much dialogue. He says, talk to my wife. Maybe we had to present the Magatama. Wait, what'd she say? Ronnie can't be there. Do you not realize he's been detained? Like, he's been detained. I forgot I can do this. I forgot I can present profiles. I know all about it, she says. My husband is his biggest fan. What? Ronnie can be pretty delusional. That's how this whole misunderstanding happened. You say delusional? That's right, I just don't know what I'm going to do with him. You see, Ronnie actually believes that he is Master Mask. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He can get things done when he puts his mind to it. Not very often, I admit. What exactly does Mr. White see in her husband anyway? You must have seen Sky Rockets when you first met to love him so much. Can you tell me about yourself? I already can tell what this relationship is about. It sure is. Maybe you should leave her for someone who's just a little bit less material. Doesn't improve my interests, so Bridge doesn't like me anymore. What should I do? I want to turn her back and we're gonna have to be squats. Gone back into his own little world again. So you're not really him. Sorry, I meant to present the profile. My bad. This profile. He claims to be your archenemy and rival. That person... He's not my archenemy or my rival. Well, actually, no. Now that I think about it, the terms archenemy and rival are the same thing. It's like too wordy. Like, way too wordy. I don't know how anyone could read through all this. He's not Master Mask. But wait a second. Look around this room. This place is obviously Master Mask's hideout. No, you're totally wrong. Northeast hideout wouldn't look like this. Because Ronnie's so timid himself that he looks up to heroic figures. But Master Mask is a bad guy. So he's deluded, huh? Could that be true? And he still have it. But he lost it. She has a point. Mr. Delight isn't exactly the criminal type. Something about Ron's behavior bothers me. Maybe it's true. Maybe Mr. Delight isn't Master Mask after all. Can I ask you something, Nicky boy? We already asked him about it. He said he lost it. One thing I won't stand for is illegal activity. I had the feeling you wouldn't. You're tough, but I can't tell you've got a good heart. Somebody framed my poor Ronnie. I just know it. Can you give this to Ronnie for me? A letter, yes, for Ronnie. I want him to fight back. Miss Delight. Okay, you've got it. Just relax and it's us. Desiree's letter. Contains something important. And of course, she has to have a low-cut shirt today. Ain't that a shame? This is from your wife. Thank you. More like taking. My dear Ronnie, how are you? I'm doing fine. He's clutching onto that letter so hard the ink is going to be squeezed out. Yeah, somehow I doubt that. He looks so happy. He's not having to read through an epic amount of dialogue. You should write a letter to Mystic Maya too. Mr. Lawyer, yes. In the letter that Bessie wrote, she said, ask this guy to be your lawyer. Huh? I know this would be asking a lot, but could you please take my case? My trial starts tomorrow. Sorry, I think I forgot how to do his voice. I'm just like, hang on a second. He can't be your lawyer? Why not? What do you mean, why not? We're the victims in the case. Victims of this mascot. You're not the victim at all. It's like, how are you the victim? According to Desiree, he didn't do it. You said, poor man, he's deluded himself into thinking he did it, right? Come on, she could be lying to protect her husband. That's true. No, it's not. Actually, it's hard to say. No, it's spreading. Oh, please. I'll give you the treasure of your choice in return. What should I do? I'm obviously going to take his case. Think he's delusional. I'll try to defend him. I decided to give it a try. I'll take it. What happens if you say no? Does it instantly give you game over? What are you doing, Nick? He's a thief. You can't trust him. He may be a thief, but he's our thief. I think there's more to this case than meets the eye. Mr. Nick, I was wrong about you. I shouldn't have trusted you. What? I can't believe you defend this person after what he did to Mystic Maya. I'll never forgive you ever. Again, he's delusional. It wasn't him. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cause trouble. You couldn't have known she'd react like that. Guess I might as well start investigating. What the heck have we been doing for the last 2 hours? Like, where's Pearls? She said she's going back to the office. Go check on her, would you? What about you? Are you okay with me taking Mr. Blight's case? I'm fine, Nick. I believe in you. Before this episode's over, I'll go ahead and research it just to see what would have happened if I said no. I know you have a lot of work to do. I really appreciate it. I hope you do. I'm tired of reading. Yeah. Let's get this show on the road. Talk about a saga. Earl's back here. Welcome back. I went and bought a strawberry cake. I'll make some tea. Yeah, what is the matter with you, Pearl? Like, are you daft? That murder that happened, like the investigations, much like Injustice, are too freaking long. Like, just look at that. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I know about her being in isolation, but I know she's in jail. Like, I was not planning on spending all night playing this game. Like, Pearl's dad, okay. The mom's missing and the dad. Misty Faye, the current master of the crane channeling technique. She disappeared 17 years ago after getting involved in a police case. You're sure she's still alive? Yeah, I know she is. She's a spirit medium. Acting like a baby. Yeah. Gosh, dang, dude. Like, it seems like it's a planning failure, right? Like, they don't. My good gosh, dude. Ugh. And it's still going, dude. Like, they didn't pay any attention to pacing during development. That's what I'm gonna say. Oh my gosh. How do I say I'm tired of talking? Like, who would steal it then and why? How do you know the person is not in costume, though? You'd have no way of knowing that. It's the same reason that people couldn't tell the real identity of Bruce Wayne or, you know, Batman or Superman or Spider-Man because they were in costume. Like, you can't tell who wore the costume. That's the point of the costume. Jeez Louise. can talk about the urn. We can talk about the detective. She's like me. She's kind of just over this episode. It's just too long. Like, it's too long. Zavari. You know we've already been here 3 times? Dude, we're coming for midnight, dude. He didn't know the value of the urn, that's definitely true. He didn't notice it was a broken vase, and he stole a broken vase. God, we're wandering through a sea of dialogue. Stole the urn. Like, at home, if you're still watching this, if anyone's watching this, what you could do is you could read these lines. Yeah, you could read them the way you want. That's the beauty of the episode. You can cut the audio and just read the lines. We've talked to pretty much everybody. The Cyclops, you present the Magatama to reveal it. Yeah, as we remember. Yeah, the exact repeat from Justice for All. As if we could forget. As if we could forget. I also want to mention this. Oh, he doesn't know. He thinks he is. This is a classic case of a thief that's unmistakable. You just don't have a look, by the way. They look like everybody else. One of the more ridiculous things I've heard this episode that just keeps droning on. So we have to present the... It's just like pure text. There's no way you couldn't have seen Mask to Mask, he says. I was guarding the warehouse, that much is true. I can tell you for certain that not a single person passed through that door. You also had the security camera, so that also should verify it. I'm not sure why this admin guy is lying to his team. I know, I'll show him some proof. I have pure proof that someone went through that door last night. Went off at 1 a.m. time. Here's the security camera set up. It should have automatically taken a photo of anyone that went through the door. Precisely, I hope you don't mind, but we've already gotten our hands on the camera data. As you can see, the camera went off at exactly off exactly once last night. What? But my monocle didn't catch anyone in his flash. Magnifying glasses do not flash. Okay. It must be a computer malfunction. It must be, maybe it was your monocle malfunction. What? Are you saying that didn't do my duty properly? You couldn't even catch the guy with your monocle magnifying glass. Why are you trying to hide it? If he's hiding it, there must be some reason. Some reason that he desperately wants to keep it hidden. Now you got just a piece of evidence that should prove it. Let's suppose you didn't manage to see mask to mask. In that case, the reason you didn't at the time was because you were fast asleep, unconscious, using the bathroom. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh shoot, I made a mistake. That is the right thing, yeah. It's the shishi thing. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I know it's a lot. The game is not in my design. It's like an absurd amount of dialogue. Unconscious. Yeah. By the thief or not. Surely you're joking. You think that I would be knocked unconscious so easily. The sword proves it. Before the theft, the sword was in the hand of the statue. Furthermore, at the time, it was not bent. There's only one explanation. You were struck on the head and knocked unconscious by the sword. You truly are an ace attorney. Alright. Wow. Only 2 hours later. Alright. You were knocked out when the thief first clobbered you. Clobber was an ugly way of saying it, but I suppose you could put it that way. The coward struck at the precise moment that I turned to look at the computer. You never noticed the thief had entered the warehouse. No, the coward must have wormed his way through somewhere beside the door. Perhaps the air ducts or the sewer pipes. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome nightmare. Dude, he was able to enter. The camera went off, and he was able to remove this from the statue's hands and strike you with it without you noticing. Like, what were you really doing on that computer? Jeez Louise. How could he have underestimated the thief that badly? It looks like we got one thing cleared up. That means the greatest ace detective in the world. No, that he never actually saw the thief. That's right, so the thief may not even be masked and masked. Just one moment, sir, lawyer. The thief was unquestionably masked and masked. You never saw him. Yeah, about that. Do you have the tape? Camera took the photo instead of video. Wow, that's just not helpful. This is a photo taken of the dash of the thief taken by the security camera. If you had video, it would be much more helpful. That's him. Mask the mask. Security camera photo added to the court record. Photo of storeroom entrance taken by the camera on the scene of the crime. He can be none other than arch criminal Mask the Mask. After all, he has a very good reason for committing such brazen crimes. All we know for sure is that it was someone in a Mask the Mask costume. That's all we know. What do you mean he had a very good reason? Fact we got. Mr. Wright has a very good reason to dress up and commit those crimes. There should be a green envelope somewhere in his room. You'll need it to go investigate. How would you know about that? Have you forgotten? You're speaking the finest ace detective ever to walk the face of the earth. Maybe he is the thief and he's stealing all these things to finance his wife's luxurious lifestyle. But just because I took his case doesn't mean I can't make that the case in the courtroom. Phoenix has done that before. I mean, he's insinuated that his client is not who they say they are. Most brilliant mind since will ever look at me. Well, he definitely talks a lot. Definitely is not quiet. It looked like a gum wrapper. The envelope. Yeah. Alright. Black mail letter. Looks like major clue. Ding dong. Someone's at the door. Is that them? Make some coffee. Really? Okay, I guess I'll make myself at home, pretty lady. Wait a minute, I know that voice. Sorry, I've already guessed. Oh man, who's this? Larry, long time no see. Larry Bush. What are you doing here? Way to go, dude. I knew it. Just when things can't get any worse, it's time to cue in the butts. Larry Butts. Ever since grade school, he's been not exactly a close friend, but we know each other. Hey, man, that was nice. Does this ever end? What's with those clothes? That's uncalled for. This is my uniform for my part-time job. You gotta tell you women I don't trust them anymore. So what are you doing? What are you doing here? Oh. Again, does this have anything to do with the case? I don't even know what any of this is about anymore. I'm just kind of like... This said last night while I was working a wallet. You found this last night. Yeah, it had a driver's license in it, so I figured I'd return it. Ron's wallet added the court record, found by Larry at his part-time security job. I knew it. Has these pictures in here. Guess he really digs his wife, huh? Not what you're thinking at all. No, I'm pretty sure it is. You haven't changed a bit. No way, man. I mean, she's a married woman. That's just bad news. He really is here just to check out Miss Delight. You said you found out your job. Working for a private security company as a guard. This seems kind of creepy, honestly. Like, why... You found his wallet, and so you went to his residence. I mean... Technically, you could return the wallet to him instead of the police, but I would say if this is the case in real life, I would always recommend giving the wallet to the police instead of returning it directly to the owner. Because that is... I mean, we've had cases on the news just this year of people being shot by accidentally pulling into the wrong driveway. Like, I wouldn't say that would happen to you, but I would say that for your own safety, you should just give it to the police. And then they'll return it to its owner. Although you could take the chance and return it directly to the owner, but... Yeah, it's not clear what you might find. I'd say those cases too are unusual ones where the people got shot. I think I was mentioning it to someone that's a strange way to react to someone driving into your driveway. Just like spontaneously shoot them like that. To me that just seems strange. Doesn't seem rational. 1 o'clock in the morning on the first floor of the company building. Am I gonna have to go there too? Like, there's just too much stuff going on in this episode. I think that's the problem. Like, you have to, you know, make the case that he's not the one that did it. You have to find the urn. Like, just look at this list of evidence. Like, good gosh, dude. Like, is this ever gonna end? It's crazy. It's getting to the point. It's like, who do I present and what do I present anymore? Let's just ask him about everything he gave us. Oh, thinks it's for him. You try reading it, dude, it doesn't even have a name on it. I'm asking about this. Okay. That's where he works. Yeah, the episodes are just way too long. Like, way too long. Like, look at this. It's ridiculous. Like, crazy. Yeah, Pro calls you on the cell phone. Yeah, it's freaking baloney. She's like, what, 4? She would not be calling anyone on the cell phone. Okay. Yeah, am I finally freaking done here, please? I'm about fed up with this freaking game. Like, what else do I need to do? Like, they could have totally ended this episode on just you representing him. Like, that would have been totally fine. I don't think tomorrow's ever gonna come at this rate. Yeah, it keeps going on and on and on. Thank goodness it was something short. Oh, Goodell's the prosecutor. Edgeworth hasn't even been seen from in this game. Seems like Goodell's a good lawyer. We'll see about that. I'm investigating, thank goodness. Like, I would totally be fine if this game was just trials. Like, I would totally be fine with that. Like, the investigations are a little bit too lengthy, and they're not specific enough. You just, yeah, finally. To be continued. Jeez Louise. Like, you're running around, you're talking to different people, like, probably only half of the people you talk to and half of the things you look at are actually relevant to the case. Everything else is just like fluff and baloney. Like, what was Larry Butts doing there? Can't be accurate. 23. Maybe that's because that's the current time. Okay, yeah, that's the current time, I guess. 11:12. So this took like almost 2 hours. It took over 2 hours. Yeah, absurd, crazy. Definitely too long. Like, geez, I'll try my best to make it through this game, guys, but geez, and hopefully I'm at least easier to understand now with this headset. I figure this is going to be so much easier because as you guys can see, I'm able to sit in my recliner. It's a better view on this laptop and it's a better sound. Like I don't have to physically hold that microphone up to my mouth. Luckily, the headset is able to do it for me. And so hopefully just with that alone, I'm so much easier to hear and understand through my videos going forward. It is a little bit inconvenient because sometimes it gets in the way as I need to like touch my face or whatever, but it's on the whole easier. And yeah, that's the one thing I was saying about Justice for All too. The investigations in that game are also way too long. Like way too stinking long. Yeah, as I said, they could totally cut out the investigations altogether and I'd be totally fine with that. It's too much running around, walking around, talking around, standing around. Like it's not fun. It's just like baloney backstory. And what did we learn in today's episode? We don't even know that Ron is Damask. He may or may not be delusional based on what his wife has said. We basically haven't confirmed anything. We don't even know where the urn is. Yeah, 11:14. Yeah. Am I gonna have time for Resident Evil today? I know I keep putting it off, putting it off. I think I'll just start it tomorrow. Yeah. Silly investigations. Just blame that. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Donations, Venmo, Stormer Show for the people with the willingness and means to do so. If you do, I much appreciate it. Please have a nice night. Stay well, sleep tight. This has been Stormer Show, signing off. Thanks for watching.